Sporting Dog Adventures, run, boy, run.
Awesome.
Everything you
Good
need
boy,
is
here.
here under the sun. Everything you need is here under the sun.
The Sporting Dog Adventures podcast is proudly brought to you by Soggy Acres Retrievers. Whether you're looking for a black, yellow, or chocolate Labrador Retriever puppy, please check out our website for more information at www.soggyacres.com. You can also email Jeff at sportingdogtv@gmail.com or call 262-215-9683. And remember, everyone deserves a Soggy dog. Hey, welcome to the Sporting Dog Adventures podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Fuller, and today we are doing the number 5 week old part of the series, Welcome to the Whelping Box. So our Augusta litter has turned 5 weeks old. You'll see a video right after this part of the show that is from the kennel that will go over our big updates with the puppies. And we also are going to have our puppy tips section, which is going to be vetting and what to expect once you get your puppy home for the vet on the vet end of everything. And lastly, we're going to talk about introducing your puppies to different things like noise, birds, and all those good things, and kind of dispel some of the wives' tales that are out there. So our litter is big. They're doing great. Having a litter during this time of year is honestly really wonderful. In Wisconsin, we're into September. We have moderate temperatures. The puppies are in an age where we can leave the door open for them all night. We can leave it open all day. We're not too hot. We're not too cold. They can come in. I still do run the heat, so if the temperature gets below 71 degrees, the inflow radiant heat will turn on, which warms the floor up, which they can land, warm up as well. The little dog door doesn't let enough cold in that honestly the heat even turns on, but it also gives them the opportunity to learn potty training. Dogs don't want to go to the bathroom where they sleep. And as puppies get older and their mom doesn't clean things up, read into that. You're correct in what you think. The puppies will start to go to the bathroom, and they'll start to go outside if they have access to the outside. So it's kind of it's cool because from a cleanup standpoint of having a litter, you can go out, spray out the kennels right away in the morning, spray out the kennels right after they eat because puppies will go to the bathroom if they eat, spray out at noon, spray out before they eat dinner, spray out after they eat dinner. It lets you keep things very clean. This litter in particular, they actually are even pooping in the end of the run. It's a 10-foot run. They're pooping at the end of it as opposed to by the door, so they aren't walking through it. What they will do, they'll walk through it, they'll lay on top of each other. As you'll see in the video, we actually had given them a quick bath. It's just trying to keep them clean, trying to keep them healthy. You want to make sure that they're on their worming protocol, which this week they get wormed again, which worming is giving them an oral worming medication that helps with common parasites they get from their mom through their milk. We will then, on the last week, treat them with 3 different medications so that they're just basically as close to not having anything possible when they go home as you can. So it's ensuring they have health when they get home with their owners. With that said, puppies do get parasites because they develop immunities as they get older. How do they get parasites? Dogs love to eat poo. They love to drink out of puddles. They love to drink out of stagnant water in streams, ponds, etc. So they're going to get introduced to this stuff. As a breeder, you want to make sure that you're keeping that out as much as you can so they go home healthy. And then as an owner, it's just dealing with this. And that's why we have them on worming medication, which is your heart guard, which also is common wormers. And you've got them on their vet checks where you're taking stool samples and where they're looking at stuff to make sure that the puppies are healthy and don't need a supplemental parasite protocol. They are pretty much on food now by themselves. If you are enjoying following this litter, we also have our Soggy Acres Retrievers Facebook page. And on there, it's been, I'd say 4 to 5 videos a week. Last week, we were up teal hunting, so there were less videos. but it's enough videos a week that you can watch them. And if you watch the video that I put up today, they are just little chow hounds. My goodness, they are in there. They are just pounding the food. They no longer need mom. So now's when you start that transition where we're weaning mom and puppies and separating them a little more. By the time the puppies go home, they will be completely weaned off of mom, not taking in any milk at all. And that is what's best for them as they get ready to go home. It's also what's best for mom. People will think that moms want to be around their puppies, and they do, but they also don't want the puppies to be on them because they have teeth. If you can guess that with moms where they're trying to get milk. And it is such that eventually the moms will get quite owly with the puppies. They will start to growl at them. They will start to bite at them. Part of it is in a normal litter, you probably wouldn't have 10 puppies still around in the wild at this point. So you've got only a limited number of boobs with mom, and you've got 10 sets of teeth coming at you, so they want to hold on. The other thing is moms will get owly and wean them themselves. So it's just making sure that you're putting them in a position so that one, puppies don't get hurt, and two, it sucks a lot of life out of mom and can harm her. So you want to get them separated, get them weaned, and get them on their way to being little adults. It also is a transition period where they can get loose stools. Because of the stress of switching from a milk to a dry food, they can further get parasites because it'll stress their body. And if they were introduced to something through the milk in the past, it could flare, which is what happens to adult dogs as well. They will literally have something that's latent as in it's not active in their system. They're put under stress, and then it flares, and then it can show. So again, it's making sure that you are getting their systems ready and getting them ready to go home. I would say they're probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 6 pounds right now. They will be this litter. There's 10 puppies. I would guess we're going to be around 10 pounds when we go home. And then puppies are always going to be the size of the mom and dad. It's just genetic. Mom on this litter is 55 pounds. Dad is 75 pounds. Make sure you keep your dogs at a healthy weight. We have in our health guarantee that if a dog has joint issues, we want to see their vet records because it would invalidate the dog's health warranty if you have a dog that is obese. Joints don't grow properly when a dog has too much weight on them. In general, from what I see, probably 50% of Labrador Retrievers are overweight. We tend to humanize the weight by saying, well, it's only 5 pounds overweight. We think, hey, I'm only 5 pounds overweight. That's not that much. But with a dog that's 10%, when you look at a dog that's 10 pounds overweight, so if they were a female out of this litter and they weighed 65 pounds, 67 pounds, it would be 10 pounds overweight or 20% overweight. That would put you in that obesity range. It doesn't sound like a lot, but their joints can only handle so much. And especially when they're growing, you want to make sure they're at a healthy weight. So that's it for this part of the show. Next up, we're going to have the video from the kennel and the whelping box, so you can see the puppies. And then our next tip section after that will be about vetting and what to expect that first couple of months they're home. And lastly, we'll have our hunting tip, which is when to introduce dogs to loud noises. All that and more coming up after this. Welcome to the whelping box. This is the whiny Augusta litter. We're wagging. We're looking. We're 5 weeks old. We're just after our second worming. We treat puppies at week 3, at week 5, and at week 7 for common parasites seen in dogs. They get the parasites known as worms and different protozoans from their mom's system. And when they're older, they'll get it from eating poo, they'll get it from drinking out of puddles, and they'll just get it from nature. So we treat them as puppies so they go home nice and healthy, and they start off on a great foot. This litter is on food. They're being weaned from mom, and they are doing fantastic. They're all wet because we just cleaned the kennel, and they were washed. We gave them a little bath, and they are good to go. With puppies, we usually will give them a bath at least once through their time here in the kennel, and then we will also give them a bath on Go Home Day, which has become very popular with our Go Home Day videos. They are cleaning each other, licking, having fun, licking each other, loving on each other, having fun. They will be outside today. It is a great day today. It's right now 75 degrees, supposed to go up to about 82 degrees. So they will have a wonderful time outside. Big milestones. We have our teeth in. That's great. That's why we're eating food. We are on solid food. We, at this point, really don't need mom because we're on food. So that's why we start the weaning process. Moms eventually get to the point where they do not want to be in by the pups because the pups have teeth and will latch on to try to eat. They sleep a lot less. They play a lot more. And now is the time where you really have to get on the cleaning. You have an inside run. They have learned to go to the bathroom in the outside run, so it's making sure you are out there and spray it out, because otherwise they will walk through it and then land each other like they are. So again, we had a bath, we were wormed, we are weaning from mom, and we're getting big. Watch the rest of our show for some great tips on hunting and some puppy tips. Of all that and more on the Sporting Dog Adventures podcast coming up in this episode. Thank you again for watching. You can find out more information on us on our website, soggyacres.com, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and again, follow me here on the Welcome to the Whelping Box episode series on the Sporting Dog Adventures podcast. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. If you love the shooting sports like I do, you need to check out our friends at Mech Outdoors. They have fantastic products, whether you're looking at shot shell or metallic reloading, or you want to get yourself a clay thrower so you can practice up for the season. For more information, check out their website at mechoutdoors.com.
Welcome to Boucher in Janesville, where customer service is our #1 priority.
Our customers come back to us because of the experience that we provide for them.
We're here to make sure that we find you the right car, one that fits your budget, and do so in a timely manner.
When we say we ride with you every mile, it means we care about you and how you are treated.
Estamos con personal que habla español en los departamentos de servicio y venta.
Our certified technicians are here to help you with all your service needs.
Visit us today at boucher.com.
At Boucher, we ride with you every mile.
Hey, welcome back to the show. So, next, we're talking vetting. You've got your litter. You've got your puppy chosen. Get a vet appointment several weeks ahead of time because vets are still incredibly busy and full with clients since COVID when everyone was home and wanted a dog. You want to call, you want to tell the vet what the date of birth is of that puppy or approximate date of birth or when they turn 7 weeks old. You want to tell them when the puppy's getting their shots. The vet will then set up your next appointment, and you're going to also want to take any stool sample. Full disclosure, state of Wisconsin has a law for breeders. If you breed more than, 3 litters or have more than 25 puppies in a year, so we fall under that. We advise people that you have to get the puppy in within 72 hours, which is what the state tells us to instruct people on. Why is that? That is because you have 72 hours if there's something found to return the dog. A good company, a good kennel would go past that if you could not get an appointment within that timeline, but we still have to tell you that. Generally speaking, your vet is going to want to see the puppy for booster shots within 2 to 3 weeks after its last shot. And then you will have one more shot appointment at 4 months old or 16 weeks. and that is when the puppy would get its rabies shot as well as its final booster shot. Important, do not take your puppies to public areas. Do not have them around other dogs that are unvaccinated. You would be surprised at how many people do not vaccinate your dogs. They can get issues if they're not fully vaccinated. They can get parvo, they can get distemper. Now, full disclosure, you can also get that from your backyard because wild animals have it. But you want to mitigate the chance of the puppy being around something unvaccinated. So we want to avoid wayside dog areas. We want to avoid dog parks. We want to avoid high dog-related areas. Once they're fully vaccinated, you are fine. You can go use those places, but take care and be careful before then. Puppies are going to need, you're going to need to take a stool sample in. They're going to want to make sure the puppy does not have any intestinal parasites. You're going to want to watch the puppy's poop to make sure that they have a tight stools, make sure they don't have diarrhea. It is not uncommon for puppies to get parasites. If you have something you're concerned about and you don't have a vet appointment coming up quickly, you can always fall back and call your breeder. We get calls from people all the time, whether it's the dog's 3 months old or 10 years old. We always answer the call and we try to give you our best ideas. But at the same time, I always tell people I cannot give vet advice, so you have to talk to your vet. So these are important things. These are things that you want to plan for. I'm not a huge fan on the puppy wellness packages that vets have because many of them are overpriced. I would definitely price out what a visit with shots would cost, and then what the final visit and shots would cost, and then put that against what their packages they offer. Health insurance, they've got pet insurance. I am not against pet insurance. I think it's a good thing. Even if you had one injury or one accident in the dog's lifetime, you would likely be made whole with the investment you had for having pet insurance. So I hope that helps with this part of the show. Again, if you have a puppy upcoming, like with our litter, I've already told people, make sure you call the vet, make sure you get an appointment. Do that several weeks ahead of time so you can ensure that you have your dog set up for good, proper health care. Next up, we're going to talk about loud noises and introduction to dogs on certain things that have kind of, honestly, in my opinion, become wives' tales out there. So we are going to talk about all that and more coming up after this. It's Jeff Fuller from the Sporting Dog Adventures podcast, and I need a little help. Please stop what you're doing and give us a 5-star rating. Follow us on the platform you're on. Give us a thumbs up. And above all, share our podcast with your friends and family. Our podcast will grow even more, and we can get more people involved in the sport we love with dogs in the field. The Sporting Dog Adventures podcast is proudly brought to you by Soggy Acres Retrievers. Whether you're looking for a black, yellow, or chocolate Labrador Retriever puppy, please check out our website for more information at www.soggyacres.com. You can also email Jeff at sportingdogtv@gmail.com or call 262-215-9683. And remember, everyone deserves a Soggy dog. Hey, welcome back to the show. So the last part of the show, we want to talk about introduction to certain things with puppies. Now, I've been doing this for, my goodness, over 25 years now. I'm getting old. I have watched the trend lines of everyone having or trying to build the better mousetrap with puppies by talking about all the things they do with them. Puppies need to be handled. They need to be healthy. They need to be around people. They need to be socialized. They need to be around their mom. They need food, water, heat, air conditioning. That's my opinion. You have had everything from electronic stimulation to certain positions you put puppies in throughout their lifetime to loud noises and experiences for puppies. My opinion on gunshots. I do not expose dogs directly to gunfire until they're at least 6 months old. There's just no reason. We're not going to take our dogs out until they're trained. If you're doing it right, dogs start their training at 6 months old. They're done with their training at 9 months old. We have had clients in the past who have come to us and they have a gun-shy dog and they're upset about it. And then you ask how they introduced the dog to gunfire and to loud noises. Just about 100% of the time, it is, I took the dog out hunting, and that's when they got introduced. Gun-shy dogs are 100% created by the owner. We have to take it slowly. You have to make it a pleasant experience, and you have to not have it something that scares them. If you have a dog that is concerned with loud noises and gunfire, you need to go slowly along as you keep introducing. Now, noises and gunfire are two different things. I've had dogs that are scared of thunderstorms, but were wonderful hunting dogs. It is just making sure that you are working with them in a training environment that's under control and then working forward with that. The other thing is when you first take a dog out hunting, you do not, I repeat, you do not want to have 4 or 5 guys shooting over that dog the first time it's been out. Have 1 or 2 people, have it be controlled, have it be so that the dog is not completely freaked out. And as the owner, you should not have a gun. You should be with your dog next to their dog blind, making sure that they're under control and making sure that they are not concerned and that there are no issues. Past that, I've had people ask if dogs are around cats, around horses, around kids. We don't have kids in the house anymore, but my wife and I, Kate, we do spend time socializing the dogs every day. It's not a bad thing to have kids around. The big thing with kids is you want to make sure that when kids are around dogs, that they don't do the I'm going to pick them up, the puppy squirms and they drop them. We do not let kids handle dogs in our kennel until they are purchased. It's not against kids. It's just puppies squirm, they drop them, they can fall, they can injure themselves. If you do have kids, have them sit down, have the puppy sit on their lap with them, sit on a short chair so they don't fly off of a chair and land on their heads. Make it so that it is an introduction and make it so that it is controlled. We have to make sure that with kids, with puppies, as we introduce stuff, whether it's cats, whether it's horses, make sure everything's controlled so that there's no way for them to hurt themselves. Puppies have a great knack, as well as young dogs, of doing things to harm themselves. We have to do as much as we can to mitigate it for them. As far as birds, I start out with a frozen bird, go to a fresh killed bird, and then eventually to a live bird. When I am running my dogs on upland especially, I use chuckers as opposed to pheasants. Pheasants have a big, powerful leg, and they have spurs. If they're roosters, we do not want the dog's experience to be a negative one. On the waterfowl side, the first hunt I take a dog hunting on is not a goose hunt. And on their first goose hunt, I make sure that the birds they're retrieving are not lively so they can hurt them with their wings or kick them or peck them. We want to make sure that things are, again, controlled, that they're having fun, that they're pleasant, and then we move forward from that point. I hope that helps. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show of the Welcome to the Whelping Box. We've got 2 more installments coming up before the puppies go home. It's been kind of a fun series. I'm going to try to think up other series. And also, if you have things you'd like to see on our show, email me, Jeff Fuller, at sportingdogtv@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. I would love to talk about some topics that you're looking for. And hopefully we can continue with these interesting little series in between our regular episodes as time goes on. Have a great week. Check us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Facebook, X, and here on the Sporting Dog Adventures Podcast. All that and more coming up in the future here. Take care, everyone. God bless.